Hi. I'm going live today in a few channels. I'm going in live in my Facebook page. I'm going live in my Facebook group for my Work From Anywhere peeps. And I'm going live on my YouTube channel. Okay, so I don't very often do a live. I'm aiming to do more of them now. I don't mind getting on video, but lives has been something that I haven't done too much of. But I'm really excited to get on here today and just share some of my knowledge with you, just share what's happening. And really, I wanted to get on today because something happened to me today. And so something happened to me today. And I just wanted to turn it into a teaching point. And I just want to come on here on a regular basis and just share things with you as things come up in the normal course of day that I can share with you as to what happened to me today. Okay, and then you can get some, hopefully, some learning from it as well. So for those of you who don't know me or you're not sure what I'm doing or what I'm doing on here, my name is Ange Dove. I'm your Work From Anywhere coach. Now, what I do is I run a copywriting agency. I've been doing that for the last 20 years here in Singapore. And over time, I've also started a training arm off of that. And that's my Market Smart Learning Hub. And through that Learning Hub, I run a program called Work From Anywhere. And in that, I'm taking people who either want to leave the 9 to 5 and start up a business on their own, even if they've got no prior experience in running a business. That's perfectly fine. That's how I started. And 20 years later, I survived. I'm still there. So what I do in my Work From Anywhere training is I teach and I guide the people on my course how to do exactly the same as what I had done in the past without really, I'm shortening their learning curve because I'm saying, okay, from experience, don't do this. It's better to do this. And I'm going to share one of those learnings with you today after what happened to me today. All right, so that's what I do. So it's basically taking people who want to leave the 9 to 5 and they want to start up their own business, or it's people who are already in business, but they're feeling stuck somehow. They're not moving forward, or maybe they're finding the transition from offline to online a little bit challenging, or they just want to be in a position where they can just work from anywhere, run their business. Having other people running the business for them while they're owning the business, and they can be positioned anywhere in the world. You know, you could be on the beach, you can be visiting your family in a different country. It doesn't matter where you are, because of the power of technology, it's possible to work literally from anywhere. And that's one of the things I teach in my course as well, in my program. Because over the 20 years I've been in business, as technology has moved forward, I've always moved with it. And I'm very keen, I'm very interested in the tech and how it can empower business owners. And it's never been easier than it is today. And there's lots and lots of easy tech solutions out there that can make it really easy for you to be able to run your business online. And that's what I do now. So I'm sitting here really in the comfort of my own home, and I operate my business from here. And when COVID started, it didn't affect me, or I thought it wouldn't affect me, because I was completely online anyway. So I was imagining that that transition would be quite easy for me. Unfortunately, a lot of my customers weren't quite ready to make that transition. So that was a bit of a challenge. But I think now that COVID has started that digitization of business, I think we're going to see a lot of businesses moving forward with that. And that's what I like to help people with. So I said, what happened to me today and how can I turn that into a learning point? Okay. So what happens, I got a cold call today. So it wasn't one of these numbers that was disguised. It was an actual number on my phone. So I picked up. And I knew the company that was calling me. They identified themselves. So I thought, okay, I'm happy to take this call and listen to what they have to say. So then the young lady on the phone just then launched into a stream of words, really, and I didn't catch anything that she said. And I had to say, I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I'm not quite sure what it is you're wanting me, because she finished with saying, are you interested? And I was, I'm sorry, I don't know what I'm supposed to be interested in. Can you repeat that for me? So she repeated it again, and I was like, still don't understand what she's selling me. And I had to ask her several times. And normally I wouldn't do that. And I don't think most people wouldn't have the patience to try and figure out what the person is trying to sell. And then I realized what she was trying to sell, and it was okay. Sorry, I'm not interested. So, and it just got me thinking on two levels there. So obviously it was a large company, obviously that called me, and that company obviously has its processes in place. It has systems in place that it's able to outsource the cold calling to a team that's going to cold call for them. But what they hadn't done was they hadn't given their team a script to work from. And really, that's what I want to talk to you about today is being able to systemize your business and being able to handle things through that system, things like preparing scripts and having things scripted, and why that's so important. So basically, why should you systemize your business? Now, some of you might be looking at this or watching this now on a replay and thinking, well, I don't need to systemize my business because it's just me. I know everything that's going on. Well, that might be true now if it is just you running your business, or you have a very small team, maybe that you're working in the same place together. And it might be really easy for you to manage processes as they are today. But if you're thinking of scaling your business and growing it, it's not always going to be the case. And as you get new people coming in, and you're always going to get people coming in and leaving, coming in and leaving, do you want to be constantly training people and repeating the same thing over and over again, and having somebody finally get good at something and then leave, and having someone replace, and then you've got to start all over again? That is no fun. I'm sure you'll agree if you're running a business. Okay. If you're on watching, then do say hi, drop a comment in the chat. If you're on Facebook, then ask, you know, I don't know, you have to do something to allow Facebook to see who you are so that I can then see your comments. And otherwise, when you put your comments in, if you put your name so I can identify you as you are coming up. And if you are putting in comments and I can't see them at the moment, then I apologize, and I will answer the comments after the live. Okay. So going back to what I was talking about is you want to start large from day one. It's so important when you're starting a business not to think of it as just you, or think of it as just a small team of people. You want to be able to think of it as what it's going to be like when you're done. What's that going to be like when you're done with it? So what I always advise my students as they're starting up their business is to create that organization chart and imagine what that business is going to be like when you finish, and put the people into the chart that are in your business now and what roles do they fulfill, and get them to really sign to say they agree to fulfill those roles and meet their KPIs on that. So you want to really start with that right from day one. And the reason for that is that when you do scale, you'll be ready. You don't want to be in a position where you have a great big opportunity for your business to scale, and you miss that opportunity because you're actually not ready to fulfill. All right. So this is one of the things I prepare my students for through my system, Get Ready, Get Seen, Get Business, where it's my proprietary system, where I take them through step by step how to prepare their business so that they're set up for success right from the start. All right, so start large from day one, and then you're going to be ready to put your systems in place, itemize everything that needs to be done, all the processes in your business, get them down in writing, record them on video, record them in a file, on a soft copy file, and get it printed out in a manual to give to people to follow step by step. And the reason for that is that when you do systemize your processes, that just means that your business is going to run like clockwork. You've already got the system step by step. You know it works because you've tested it. All you have to do is slot someone into that role that might be new, ask them to follow those processes, and pretty soon they will be running with it and you'll have them fully trained. So that's really what you want to do in order to get your business growing fast, because you are going to have people coming in and coming out. So you do want to systemize your business in that sense, right? I'll say, okay, so that's really what we want to do in terms of growing your business and getting ready to grow it. And as I mentioned, that's what the company that I got the phone call from this morning, that's what they were doing, is systemizing their processes by getting people to do their cold calling. All right, for them, you obviously have to get a team to do it. It was a local team. But what you need to do as well is, when you're doing those systems, as I say, is document exactly what you want to have happen at every stage through your business. And one of those is, if you are going to do cold calling, is to prepare your scripts. And not just for cold calling, but prepare scripts for every possible customer touch point. Anytime that your business touches a customer in some way, whether it's on the telephone, whether it's a face-to-face meeting, or it's even through email, you need to get your communication that you want to put over to your customer documented. So it's on brand, it's on point, and it's communicating what you want to say in the way you want to say it. So what happened today in the call that I got was, this lady was just saying whatever she felt she needed to say, and it made absolutely no sense whatsoever. There was no real thought behind it. There was no beginning, middle, and end. She just launched into, I've got this, are you interested? And I was like, I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. So you don't want to be in that position where you could possibly have a listening ear on the other end of the phone, and that person might be a potential buyer and would actually buy from you. But because the person on your end of the phone didn't have the right script and couldn't communicate clearly enough what it is that they were selling and what the benefits were, they weren't able to get that message across. You would actually lose the sale in that sense. Okay. So I want you to think about that as you are working through your business. Have you got everything scripted? Have you got things systemized? Have you got all your emails written out and what we call canned emails? Have you got an automated system that allows you, at a press of a button, just to send an email out? I always say to my students, if you find that you are writing the same thing over and over again, or you're repeating the same action over and over again, this is something that could be automated, and it's certainly something that should be systemized. All right. So really, that's what I wanted to share with you today, is just taking something that happened with me today and taking it as that learning process and being able to pass that on to you as well. And when you do this, when you grow your business in this way, you're actually empowering your people to sell for you. You're empowering your people to serve your customers and serve them well and serve them consistently. No matter who's doing the role, they're serving your customers the same way each time. And that's really what you want to think about. So don't think that you're too small to do this. You're not. You should be thinking about this right from the very beginning. Okay. So really, that, as I said, that's what I wanted to share with you today. Another thing I think you might be interested in is, I mentioned I do the Work From Anywhere program. And what I take my clients through in that program is just trying to score them as to where they are in terms of working from anywhere. Are you able to actually set up your business now, today, to work from anywhere? And sometimes we don't know what we don't know. So you may sometimes think, yeah, I'm ready. And then when you start to do it, you realize that actually you've got some things missing. So I'm inviting you here. I've got the link down here on the screen, workfromanywhere.scoreapp.com. If you want to go there, I invite you to go there and just take that little quiz, just to see where you are in terms of how ready are you to work from anywhere in your business. And I would be happy to answer any questions you have on that. Just knock me up in the DM in Facebook, or contact me anywhere that you find me online, and I would be really pleased to help. So that's it for today. It's quite late here in Singapore live, and so I'm going to knock off now and get some rest. I've had a long day myself. I'm sure you have as well. And if you're watching this in the replay, then put comments in as well, and I will come in and I will answer those as well. Okay, so bye for now, everyone.